And this is People of the State of Michigan versus Terrence Brown, docket number 20-70FH. And this is set for withdrawal of plea and entry of plea. I guess if I could just summarize how I understand this, and I think it's not going to require very much if I'm correct. Mr. Brown previously pled to count 2, dismiss count 1. It actually went for a pre-sentence report. But in the meantime, there was some agreement between both the prosecutor and the defense attorney that they wanted a different disposition. And so we're set now for the defendant, Mr. Brown, to withdraw his plea to count 2 and enter a plea to count 3, which actually doesn't have to be a new plea if I've correctly stated how we're going to proceed. Did I get the gist of that right, Mr. Silverthorne and Mr. Martin?
That is correct, Your Honor. That's what happened. The exact point of contention was over treatment pursuant to 333.7411.
Okay, so the plea agreement is the same, correct?
It is, except there would be no contemplation of 7411. So guilty to count 3 with a Killebrew agreement to no upfront jail. Balance of the complaint.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing it to get 7411, but you're doing it as a misdemeanor, and then the quid pro quo is no 7411 for the misdemeanor.
Yes, and the major issue was just that there was a minor drug conviction that Mr. Silverthorne was not aware of when we were negotiating the original plea.
I see. So ineligible for 7411. If there's no objection, I mean, I have done this before, where all I really have to do is vacate the plea to count 2. He already gave a factual basis, and I can just accept the plea on count 3 instead, if that's acceptable to everyone. But
yeah, the people would consent to that, Your Honor.
I have no problem with that, Your Honor. I would note, though, you could possess without using, but you couldn't use without possessing, and he pled to possession. So perhaps a following question: were you in fact also using? That single question should probably be on the record.
Well, I really don't think it's necessary, because the court rules say that you can plead to the charged offense, and the court can accept it as to another offense. So,
Your Honor, that's fine.
His factual basis would remain possession, and I would just accept it on count 3 use.
That's fine.
So, Mr. Brown, if you could unmute yourself there so I can speak with you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you followed all that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And obviously you've spoken with your lawyer and you've been fully apprised about what's going on, and you know why they're doing this, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the only thing that changes from when we first met and did the plea is that you're not eligible for that 7411 treatment, but instead they're going to let you have the misdemeanor instead of a felony. Is that okay with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then what I'm going to do is vacate the plea to count 2, and using the factual basis for count 2, I'll accept the plea on count 3, and a conviction will enter on count 3, the misdemeanor use of a controlled substance, cocaine, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. Now, as I mentioned, there was already a pre-sentence report prepared, but it was months ago, and this changes everything as far as it's now a misdemeanor. They've got to make a lot of changes in the report. So I am referring it for them to do a new report. And I have a sentencing date I can give you of February 1st at 3 o'clock, if that works for you, Mr. Silverthorne.
Yes, Your Honor, it does.
Okay, then February 1st at 3 o'clock, and Mr. Brown, if it's okay with you, we'll do it the same way on Zoom instead of making you come into the courthouse. Is that gonna be okay with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. But you'll have to, you know, you went through the interview with probation department before. I think you're gonna have to do it again because they have to do a whole new report for this since everything changed as far as the offense goes. So, if you would just get in touch with them as soon as possible and tell them that, you know, you need an interview, then that'll take care of that. Your bond is of course continued. And we'll see you back here on February 1st.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thanks, John.
Thank you. You're all
Thank
set.
you, Your Honor. Good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good one.
Mm.